All right, I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric.
I'm Julie. Hello.
Today we are painting. Where did I put my mini? WizKids orc on a dire troll, on a dire wolf. I've got my unboxing on mine.
And I'm still painting what I was painting last time we streamed, which is Noel from Reaper.
Yeah, correct. Okay, I'm going to go check, make sure we're not echoing. I'll be 1 second.
Good idea. I have not picked up a paintbrush since we last streamed a couple weeks ago, maybe. I'm excited to keep painting, but also I've just been so busy with... Anyway. Glad to be back. Oh, thank you, Stephen Harris.
Thank you, Stephen Harris.
Glad you're back. Thank you. I just saw that.
Let's see. We need some paint for this.
How are you today, Stephen Harris?
I think this orc wears leather.
Exactly. I've been busy with, you know.
That is funny.
Yeah.
All right, so OBS is still not working with the GPU, so let me know if we get stuttery at all. I appreciate that. We're gonna use some Gore Grunta fur contrast paint for the base on the leather armor here. I think Gore Grunta is one of my favorite browns. It's got like this reddish orange in there.
It's no turkey brown.
It's no turkey brown.
Glad you're doing all right, Stephen. I don't know what that sound is.
What noise?
Oh, it's my ticky-tack.
All right, let's see. So, have you come up with a name for your Knoll?
Absolutely not.
How about Noel the Knoll?
It's a little on the nose, but I'll take it.
You could go with Hot Dog McGee.
That's really cute.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah, I still need to get this top camera centered a little bit more.
Oh.
I think it like leaned in because it's kind of heavy on the extender.
Sure.
All right, that's fine. We're just hanging out anyway, right?
For sure. Last time I had painted this, I had watered down my paint a little bit too much before Eric notified me that these are water-phobic bones things. So I'm basically redoing the Eldritch Purple on his little skirt here because it was streaky and looked like hell. So,
Ooh.
Azul.
I like it.
I like that a lot.
I think that wins.
I agree. It's a little bit more memorable than Hot Dog McGee.
Well, how about Azul McGee?
Okay, sure. Meet in the middle.
Huh? Like a hot dog. You got the buns on the side.
I get it. I just wish I didn't. Azul Hot Dog McGee. How about that?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Good, because it's sticking. All right. I'm fine with that.
I should have done the saddle. I don't know what I was thinking.
It'll work itself out.
Yeah. I'll just do this other boot and flip back. Are you painting anything today, Stephen Harris? Hope so. Maybe not this second, but keep the paint in your life.
I'm moving to Ruddy Brown to do some of the leather straps he's got all over.
Ruddy brown. It's a good brown.
It's not turkey brown, but it'll do.
I will never get tired of turkey brown.
I agree. That's why I keep making them.
Do you make them because they sound like Murphy Brown?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at the moment, but I did do that Eldritch Tentacle Hammer thing. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Very cool. Did you see today's unboxing video? I think it's my best unboxing yet. I think I got the pacing down.
I agree.
And I really, the little rotatey spinny bits, those are very labor intensive, but I think they're worth it. I think they look really good.
I agree. I saw a cut of the video without those, and I did think that they added a lot. I also like every now and again hearing the crunch of the bubble wrap with those things.
Thank you.
Thank you for not doing it every time, though.
No, yeah, it's like a nice little breakup.
Yeah.
Pacing was solid. Thank you. The base color on the display. Ooh, yeah, Displacer Beasts are a lot of fun. I played with somebody who had a wig. Who the wig was made out of a Displacer Beast, so it was a Displacer cloak, but just cosmetically a wig. It was really funny.
It was awesome.
It was a beehive wig too.
Nope.
No?
It was an Elvira wig.
Oh, I didn't get a water.
I can share.
This is the one I usually use, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh no.
I'm sorry I used your special water cup. It's not like we have 12 of those.
Oh, we got the top camera working here.
Oh, good.
Boop, boop, boop. Here, let's go in for a close up on that. I think we're able to use it a little bit today. Here we go, close up. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay. Well, while we're there, I can show off that someone made an investment in some new brushes for me, so I'm not just using the 12-pack for $1 brushes.
I've got the manual focus set for down.
Got it. Well, anyway, they're going to be a little bit nicer than the ones that I have been using, including my main brushes that are janky. They've been through a lot. Thank you.
No, I think they should be good. I think they're basically the same as the ones I generally use.
Oh, yeah, you just got me the knockoff.
Well, E-Boot.
Golden Maple?
If anything, I think I've got the knockoff.
Well, either way, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Forbidden beverage. Yeah.
No, thank you. Forbidden for many reasons.
All right. And while we're clicking around, Brio, remote camera, the whole group. Oh, look at that.
Don't worry about it. Happens to everybody.
All right. Back to up front.
If we can just talk about my cheekbones for a minute. I have some blush on, but no contouring. This is just what I look like.
They're great.
Thank you.
10 out of 10 cheekbones.
I agree. Thank you. I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm just stating facts.
We're going to use some Blood Angels Red on the saddle. I feel like an orc would ride a red saddle.
I agree. It's a power move.
I do need a makeup crew. Thank you. I every once in a while, if I have like a blemish, which I kind of do right here, I guess.
Sure.
Julie will put a little concealer on me for a video.
I do.
That I can summon. I summon by saying, "Please help me. I need help."
And it delights me.
Yeah.
Eric has a great face to do Trixie Mattel makeup, who's one of my very favorite drag queens. And you need, as Trixie said when she gained 20 pounds, she thought she was getting to be a better makeup artist, but her face, just the rounder her face, the better it was for makeup. And Eric has a larger face than I do. So, and also as a man, he takes drag queen makeup better than I do. So,
yeah.
It's always a dream.
Shout out RuPaul's.
Shout out RuPaul's Drag Race. Someday I would love to have a professional makeup artist come to the house and do my full face and then just sit. I don't need to go anywhere, but to get that kind of like Real Housewives hair and makeup crew that you can summon experience. He does have a more forgiving canvas.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got just a completely different skin tone than I do. So the colors that wash me out or look crazy on me work better on him.
Yeah, I think I'm too close and you're too far.
Oh.
Yeah, I have olive burger complexion.
I think you're an autumn.
Yeah. That means I like crunchy leaves.
Yep.
And pumpkin spice lattes.
Sure. That's the way that I remember it.
I mean, I do like crunchy leaves.
Yeah.
I also like pumpkin spice lattes. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Good for you.
I'm not a nut about it. You know,
Did you say you gored nuts for them?
No.
It was a stretch. It was a stretch and I knew it, but it was a risk worth taking. Yeah. It's only alive. Plus, we've got friends here, so we're good.
True. So I had stayed away from using contrast paints for a little while, but with the hair on this dog thing, it's convenient. And then once I put a wash on there, it's really going to change it up too. It's right now on its own, it's too late. So I'm thinking about switching out to OBS Streamlabs instead of regular OBS to see if that works, if that fixes my preview problem.
Yeah, it's a real bummer that this worked well for so long and now it's...
Well, it happened right when we updated the Mac software.
Right.
Which is really frustrating.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, Stephen Harris, excellent question. Fangs and Talons is almost like 75% of that set is already out as unpainted Nolzur's lines. So I thought about putting for every single one, like all the elementals, for example, about putting my painted version up next to the pre-painted one. But I thought it might be a little confusing sometimes of like, oh, which one? Which of the Fangs and Talons set do you kind of want to repaint on? Yeah, so I have never, I mean, I'm not against it or anything, but I have never repainted a painted mini. But my T-Rex I featured in the video, the purple one, I really love that. I think that's one of my favorite minis I've ever painted was that purple T-Rex. I think my green Slod is way better than the pre-painted one.
I agree. I like your Slot a lot.
Thanks. I don't know. Anything else stand out?
Overall, I thought the set was really excellent. There are some sets that Eric has gotten, and I don't remember what they are, but the eyes look worse than anything I've ever painted, which we know isn't my specialty. But I was really impressed with that set. So if you mean repaint, like paint over what's already there.
Yeah, some people do that.
I don't know. I felt like they were all pretty good. If there's repaint, meaning get inspired by one of the ones that came in the set, but that you could get your own mini of. What's that that water genie who's kind of mean?
Oh, the Merid?
Yeah. I think I would feel inspired to paint a Merid based on how it came in the box. It looked really, really good. So.
Yeah, I know they're working through the unpainted genies right now. I don't think they've hit the Merid yet, though.
I'm going to answer Dale Warden's. Did I paint much before the channel started? No. Eric has been trying to get me to paint since he started painting, even just one. And when we were meeting in person, we had a couple painting days with our D&D party. So they'd come over early before the game. We'd have lunch and Eric would set out all his painting stuff. People could bring their own minis or he'd have one that they could paint. And I never participated in that because one, I didn't like the idea of painting, and two, someone needed to go pick up lunch, and why not me? And it was at our house, so it just felt right to like someone had to be the host while we were there. So no, I only started painting a couple months ago, not related to the channel, but because I got that bored. We're not leaving the house. We're not doing anything. I just sat down at Eric's desk while he was organizing and reorganizing and reorganizing his minis and said, well, if I'm going to sit here, I might as well paint. So no, I haven't been painting very long. I think it was probably September.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
September.
Not long.
But I'm really glad that you are painting.
Thank you.
I enjoy painting with you.
I like painting with you.
And I think you're a shockingly good right off the bat painter. Yeah, you say, "Oh, you've seen me do it and everything." But,
I have.
But you start off to a excellent start.
Well, thank you. I'm happy with the way that these things have turned out, considering I haven't painted very much. I've got a ways to go, but I also don't care enough to become a professional painter who spends time doing this.
Fun fact: Julie played D&D before I did.
I did. I played in high school with a friend and his family who had been playing together with their friends since high school, and we played 3rd edition, which was behind at the time, but it was so that everybody could get stuff really inexpensively.
Yeah. Let's jump back to Stephen Harris. I've touched up pre-painted stuff previously. I've got colored Hero Forge stuff coming that I expect to touch. So the colored Hero, I'd be a little wary. I hope to see how it turns out. But I'm a little nervous about that because there's not like paint on it. So I'm wondering how the paint will look, because you'll just have like the stuff and then some paint. I'm about like the blending.
Oh, sure.
And the Hero Forge color stuff, it looks really cool, but I would not, I think, call it like sharp detail. So I think that I'm nervous about how the fuzz versus paint lines will look, but I'm very eager to see it.
Yeah.
I wonder if I have to get my wife, or I have to start a painting stream to get my wife. I read that as, I wonder if I have to get a wife to start a painting stream. Yeah, I mean, get a painting stream going. We'll tune in. Send me the link.
Sure will. But also, no, I genuinely just got that bored.
Thanks. Stephen Harris. Best way to start painting is alongside someone you can ask questions, especially if you are comfortable ignoring them in favor of doing. Yeah, that's an excellent point.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
As we know from that dry brushing incident.
Yeah. I mean, I started with like watching some YouTube videos, and then I got the Reaper learn to paint kits, and those are super helpful.
Yeah.
But it wasn't somebody right on top of me, so I could kind of go off and do whatever I wanted.
Follow your heart.
Yeah, and I think it's important, obviously important to learn the technical skills, but I think it's just as important to learn that it's your mini and you can do whatever you want.
I like that best, obviously, as someone who doesn't. I pick a mini based on how cute I think it is. Look at Eric's for reference of what color they're supposed to be. For example, these are supposed to be gray. Mine is azul, as we learned.
Good. That's good.
Well, you were a little more critical last time. That's fine. Anyway. Yeah, and then just go for it. And Eric has so many paints that I can pick whatever. I mean,
yeah,
it's nice having that wide selection that I'm not limited, because somebody has every color I would need and more.
Hey, we talk D&D.
Hello.
Hey, man. Jump back to We Talk D&D in a second. Dale Wardens, yeah, they had a good sale. They always have really good sales, especially on their STL files. So if you can 3D print at home, like coupons from Kickstarter. So I have Hero Forge minis, but I have not used any of my Hero Forge Kickstarter coupons or tickets or whatever we want to call them. So I've got a couple of sitting there that we can get printed out whenever we're ready.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We talked to yeah, man. For Alan to be like, oh, check out FryMinis was mind blowing. I immediately thanked him.
The living room got a little loud. We were shouting and very excited.
Yeah, I did. I'm not even a sports guy, but I put my arms up like, yeah.
He did. It looked very natural.
But no, that was awesome. His unboxing video was cool, and it was a perfect Dungeon Coach take on it with the home. Can you scoot over a little bit? My face is always cut off. Thank you. But yeah, no, I thought the homebrew stuff was really cool. It was a great way to do it. It was different than a standard unboxing. I told him we need to buy him a new light because that was a little dark. But also we talked D&D, Griffin family. We thank you for your shout out in my video or in your video. That growth was nice to hear. That you're keeping track of my numbers. Yeah, but I will say, minor side note: FryMinis one word. I know I'm a turd, but thank you. That was super cool of you. And I haven't replied to your email yet. I'm sorry. I've kind of failed the We Talk D&D friendship.
He's just like that. It's nothing personal.
Yeah. Well, the logo has it separated because, yeah. And so I actually, when I redid the logo, I tried to get it to not break, but it just, if you put FryMinis up in the top, it's too smushed. And then what goes on the bottom, the paint cup, okay, but then, I don't know, then it was just kind of weird. I feel you on that. But, I guess unlike the website, FryMinis wouldn't be spaced out, but yeah. It is one. No, it's totally cool. So don't give me crap. Don't give me crap. Well, you could look at it on Discord, I guess.
Wink.
Wink. Or on patreon.com/FryMinis. You support the channel as little as $1 a month. Get your name listed in my videos. Get verbal shoutouts. Get painting reviews. Homebrew reviews. Secret D&D games.
Yeah.
All the way up to a mini in the mail. Patreon.com/FryMinis. Just launched. We got 2 patrons already. Thank you to my patrons.
Yes.
It's amazing. Kristen and Austin.
They're good folks.
Yeah. All right. That's my spiel.
Good spiel.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Anybody else have a spiel?
Yeah, I mean, feel free. Having this teeny tiny brush really changes things.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It can it's a trap to go to too tiny of a brush.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just
what you're using, I think we're using the same brush.
Oh. Again, one of us has the knockoff, but
Yeah, me.
it's okay.
Thank you. Just shout out the next episode of the new segment coming on the painting. I have the magnifying glasses. So I've got them. I don't wear them though. I should. I'm older than you two. Yeah. If I had to guess, I'd put you in the 80 to 90-year-old range.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Jokes. I don't like... I'm very blind without contacts or glasses. Can't see at all. So when I don't have my glasses on, like when I first wake up in the morning or as I'm going to bed at night, it drives me crazy to not be able to see. And some of my weirdest dreams are when like the sun is in my eyes and I can't see things or everything's blurry, and it's a thing with me. So wearing those magnifying glasses really bothers me because it's like almost everything is distorted and it makes me queasy. So also, although it would look better in theory, I follow Eric's 3-foot rule of the mini needs to look good from 3 feet away, not 3 inches away.
Yeah. I wish I knew where that came from. I do not claim credit on creating that rule.
Yes. I meant what Eric says all the time, not what Eric created, but fair point.
No, because I kind of live by that rule.
What the flock? I have those same dreams. It's rough. It often makes me think of The Stranger by Albert Camus, or Camus, maybe in English, which I had to read in English and in French, which I have a minor in, which is inutile, which means useless. But anyway, having to read it several times, there was just always that blinding light, and it, ugh. Anyway, that's the only reference to existentialist literature I hope to make on this channel.
Yeah, you're coming out of left field on that, but I like it.
Deep cuts. A lot of people had to read it, I think, so...
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's not quite Gatsby, but...
All right, we've got some brown pants, Deadpool style.
Good for you. What do you mean Deadpool style?
He said, I hope you wear your brown pants.
Oh, I don't remember that. I understand
I
what you're saying.
think it was Deadpool.
Sure.
It's for, like, pooping.
Okay. I said I understand what you're saying, so you didn't have to say that.
Left field is a reference to the Chicago Cubs.
Well, I thought it was just a sports thing, but growing up in Cubs territory...
I stole your paper.
Oh, good for you. I guess I wouldn't have known the difference. So look at that. We're getting all sorts of literature, sports.
Favorite Chicago restaurant? Portillo's.
Yeah. It's the go-to. You can never go wrong.
I know, and I know it's not, like, fancy enough. But,
sure.
But that's where I'm at.
Portillo's. Opartai.
Oh, yeah.
Lumonati's. Don't overthink it.
I
mean, let's not do that here, but you're wrong. And that's okay. The story of this insane asylum located in left field.
Oh, that's cool.
That doesn't surprise me. We went to a Cubs game twice. Once I did on a work outing, like a mandatory work outing that was fine. And once we got really awesome tickets, but it was cold and it was rainy through an advertising partnership. You and I went.
Oh.
Eric had a great time.
Yeah. I remember when I went to a White Sox game and I puked in the toilet.
I don't remember that.
with Mike.
Oh, that was a Bears game.
Nope.
Okay. You tailgated with him, though.
Yes.
Okay.
That was at the Bears game. No, I was like puking.
Uh-huh.
And I like kind of took a little short nap.
Wow.
On the floor.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I didn't tell you that.
No, I don't think you did. But it's on the record now.
Delete. Cancel.
Congratulations on the Portillo's in Indy. Now, if you're me, here's what you go for. Beef, dipped, no peppers. I find that they just make it harder to eat. Large fry with cheese on the side.
Yes.
Slice of chocolate cake. I don't care for the chocolate cake shake. I'm not a big ice cream person. I like desserts that have the texture of cake, so I don't want to ruin the texture of the cake by just jamming a slice of cake into a bunch of ice cream, which is great. A lot of people love it. I'm in the minority. That's fine. But beef dipped, large fry, cheese on the side, slice of chocolate cake, and then drink of your choice. It's a wild card. I usually go water. I'm a little bit boring. I don't like drinking soda with chocolate cake, and I got to wolf it all down at once. Breaking news. It is breaking news.
Yeah.
Glad you're okay and didn't get any sort of weird disease from a nap on the bathroom floor at Sox Park.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you're alive.
Yeah.
In strong contrast, I went to Sox games, one with a bunch of clients at an organization that I worked at for victims of child sexual abuse and their families, and two with my with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. So a different experience all around.
Yeah.
Than going with a guy pal and sleeping on the floor for a little while.
Yeah, well, it's where you puke a lot.
No.
And then you're like, oh, well, I'm down here already.
I kind of hope you're joking, but I know that you're not.
No, I'm not. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. A long time ago. Like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't get a disease. Because you have it now. Yeah, he would have been very sick if it had gone untreated.
Maybe it's time traveling allergies.
I don't think that's the case. You've had those since you were born.
That's why they'd be time traveling.
I see.
What part did the time traveling play in your mind?
Oh, like the symptoms will appear later.
Oh, okay. Reasonable.
Well, none of it makes any sense. So if we're playing with reason, that has...
So I went with green orc. I know D&D orcs are usually gray rather than green. But I like green for my orcs. Call me a WoW kid. I don't know.
WoW purist.
WoW purist. Who knows? All right. I'm a public speaker for Ascent 121. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't have my phone. I'm going to Google it. I feel like we're going to be embarrassed that we don't know what that is.
Oh, I'm counting on it. But not as embarrassed as you should be for this little detail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Cool organization. I have heard of it.
Read above. Wait, what am I reading above? Gray, blue for Goliath, gray, green for orcs. Yeah.
I am doing okay with this tiny brush and filling in all the gaps that I wasn't able to get last time I painted with a larger brush. But, you know, it's on a journey. And it's not all pleasantness.
Cool.
Well, this is just a difficult mini to paint, I think, because it, just the way that he's posed, there's a lot of nooks and crannies in him. So I'm having a hard time with that, but.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder about how much thought people put into their mini sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah, for painting.
Yeah. But we're getting there.
We are getting there.
It's going well enough. Thank you.
So we talked D&D. Tell me about where the griffins come into play. What's the deal with the griffins?
They fly out of Stormwind.
Well, his logo is a griffin.
Oh.
And he says, "Hello, Griffin family."
I noticed that now.
It's a personal like, and it's not a dragon. Yeah. You'll know I have no dragons here. Especially no purple and red dragons.
Like kind of like how on Ink Master they get tired of seeing skulls and roses on everything.
Yeah. One of my favorite things from all of my Adventurers League time was there's an epic that I played in that I got to have a griffin. I got to keep a griffin mount with Hergen, the dwarf guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And because it was AL, you couldn't really customize. You could buy barding for it, armor for it.
Oh, okay.
But the whole time, I think it was like 59 hit points or something it has. So you're playing tier 4 and you're a little griffin.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh no, he just flies me to the battle and then goes away.
Yeah, not really a battle mount.
No.
More of a taxi service. A very delicate taxi.
Yeah.
Who you love.
But that was really, really cool. But I was always too afraid to actually use them.
As someone who gets very emotionally attached to characters and nonsense attached to their characters, I understand where you're coming from. In one of our homebrews, Eric placed a big purple toad who we decided to call Jeremiah, and he became like our number one most important thing in the entire world. I don't know that we used a wish spell for him to get intelligence.
No, you put a headband of intellect on him.
We did. And then he became our librarian in our manor.
Yep.
Eric hated that frog. But one of our players made a portrait of him that was so beautiful, like a very royal, like Victorian
Mhm.
painting. It was gorgeous.
No, that was absolutely just a, oh, there's a frog in that room.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just stuck on it.
Yeah, we loved it. So if I got a griffin,
Good.
that, yeah, I would become attached to it as well.
Fun.
I know.
Have any of you attached yourselves to NPCs in games that the DM was like, what?
One of my favorite things in the world is to drive Eric crazy. At the D&D table in a harmless way.
Yeah, of course.
As we talked about last time we streamed, Eric is an excellent DM and does a really great job of crafting the storyline for the characters and the players. So whatever arc you want to take with your character, he'll guide you through that and really adapt the story. There's nothing that he just reads through the book and that's what you get. He writes it all anyway. So those kind of character developments, he's thoughtful and plans them all really well. And that's why I'm excited for him to get some more patrons so he can have a D&D game. A, because he's good at it. B, because I think more people should get to experience it. And C, because it'll give him something to do. So when we can go off the rails with it and just as a party come together around a stupid NPC that we were just supposed to kill and move on with, but that we moved into our manor, gave the headband of intellect, talked about all the time, and that he would jokingly like kill off while we were gone on adventures, and there would just be like an uprising at the table. It was the best.
Yeah. My adult group have 5 kobold children who are currently stumbling blind through the Feywild because sunlight sensitivity and magical omnispring.
Oh no!
Good luck with that.
Good luck indeed.
A kobold child would be like tiny, right? If a kobold is small.
Could it sit on your shoulder?
Yeah, I would let it.
Me too.
Awesome.
My character in that campaign was a Yanti warlock, and she had a snake as her familiar, a winged snake, who I very creatively called Snakey.
Yeah.
And then as we played through that campaign, we bought a bar, and we called it Snakey's. And then we had a manor, and we called it Snakey's Manor. And then
Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
got a ship and called it Snakey's To Go.
Yep. Yeah, I was kind of annoyed about this ship.
Yes, he was.
I thought you'd have like a cool name. I think I gave you a couple options.
Yeah, you did.
And then
Like
you're
the
like,
Windbreaker. It's from Bob's Burgers.
Then you went with Snakey's To Go. That's your game.
It was awesome.
We try and acquire any NPCs that we can and property. Do your players use henchmen in your group? Is it a 5e thing? There are some like sidekick rules kind of things, but we came up with a system. So I need to do a whole video on this. Julie's been kicking me to do it.
Yes, I have.
But they got this castle called Dawnhold, right? And it became like their base, and they could boost it up and repair parts and get different benefits. And part of that was like a barracks. And then with that barracks, if they invested their money and the time and resources into it, then they could start recruiting guards for the keep. But they could also bring an NPC with them. So it was one at a time. It was just a hand-waving rule there. But the CR, the maximum CR of it, would scale with their investment into it. And then they could recruit unique people. So they could just get like a basic guard, like a humanoid guard stat block kind of thing, as like somebody from the nearby town, Saltmarsh. Or when they made friends with the lizard folk tribe, Moko, they recruited Moko, who was a lizard folk. He had his own little stat block. And then he would come with them. And he was stronger. He had different abilities. That's one of my favorite things. But to do a video on that, I feel like I need to do context setting videos. But maybe I don't.
I look forward to that whole series because I just love that campaign so much. It was the first homebrew that we did, and I was worried about moving from AL to homebrew because I was concerned that if we started flexing some of the rules, it would be really difficult to get players who already kind of struggled to remember the rules to be able to follow something where there were even fewer rules or they were more flexible in any way. But it turned out really great. And if nothing else, the story got way more fun and we didn't get bogged down in the details of what could and couldn't happen in Dungeons and Dragons while still getting really good players, really good sessions, and the rules mattered, and they were still enforced, but they weren't inconsistent. Except sometimes the DM's wife got privileges, like
I don't know about that.
more forgiving of not remembering details.
Acquisitions Incorporated is a super cool, super underrated book.
Oh.
That came out way after we were already doing that.
Oh.
It's got rules for like running a business.
Mm.
And I think they're cool. I think they do a great job of setting some ideas, but I don't know. I feel like whenever you have rules like that, and I think that's why 5th edition has stayed away so much from hard rules, especially with Tasha's, is because everything is generally best customized to your game, to your individual setting. So it's like something with gold rewards, like built into a rule. Like what if we don't have gold, or what if I have a gold inflation for whatever reason? So Acquisitions Incorporated is very, very good, but I think it's a better jumping off point than it is absolute rules. Forming a palanquin. I don't know. Help me out.
From the
Just say it. Say the word.
No, I don't know how.
Okay.
But it's in that song, the Infanta,
Yeah.
the Decemberists. Palanquin is a word.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, no, you did it.
Alchemy jug full of wine-soaked werewolf. That's good.
We had a werewolf in that campaign. We had a werebear in that campaign, too.
Yeah, that werebear. I made some werebear home rules that were way too powerful.
Not according to me.
That was like the one thing that I kind of like hardlined a way out of. No, the player wasn't super happy to have those rules changed, and I don't blame her. She had been super juiced up.
Yeah,
and I kind of took away a shiny toy. So no hate for her, but I felt bad about it, but it was just overwhelmingly too strong. I pulled ideas from it. Ideas like competing salud, organizations, exactly perfect. That's one thing that was weird in Tasha's under becoming your own patron. They point to Xanathar's as and not acquisition. Yeah, and I don't understand why, unless there's some sort of weird licensing rights, just like point to both. You don't have to point to only one. And I think there's actually something in the DMG too about running a business, like as downtime activities.
I loved our downtime activities. I love combat because it's something very structured, and I know when we've lost or won a combat. But the downtime activities, like the contest of fun that Eric has a video about, and the manner that we had where we could invest gold to upgrade our rooms, and as a very haughty old Yanti woman, I had an elaborate floor plan, gold furniture, gold and black. I had a fainting couch because of course I did, with a separate one for my Snakey. I really loved those details.
Thanks. I have a whole Excel sheet, or turned into OneNote eventually, full of all the upgrade paths, costs, benefits, everything.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you. It's probably my all-time favorite.
It was a really good campaign. And it cut short because...
COVID, yeah. Very sad about that. But one of these days, some bozo is going to write how it ended. What? And we, like, at the start of coronavirus stuff, like, I didn't expect it was going to take this long.
No.
So I at the time, I thought we were just going on pause. But it's hard to pause for this long. I feel like we had, like, lots of people are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Especially with D&D. Displacer Beast is too red, looking super creepy. Oh, I got you here. Let's see. Oh, that is gross. Here, I'll show Julie real quick. I think it's super cool and a really, if you don't mind me showing, I guess. Come on. A really fun take on it. It looks kind of like meat.
Yes, it looks like veiny.
I think it's really fun.
It's very fun. It's disgusting, but that's not bad.
All right. Hey, Dale Wardens, thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a good week. Let's see. Oh, and for the record, we've got about another 15 minutes. We're doing 1 hour here.
I'm going to try McRib today. I've never had one.
Yeah.
That's the excitement here.
I can't wait.
Nothing against the McRib. I just never got around to it.
You're going to love it.
I hope so.
You're going to be like, oh my gosh. I want to replace all my McRibs with this McRib.
I have had a knockoff of the McRib. Our college served them, but our mascot was a tiger, so it was the tiger rib sandwich. I have to imagine that the McDonald's version is better than a dorm version.
I hope so. McRib had one Friday.
What'd you think? Is it an annual thing you go back to? Relatable content.
Steven, if you put black wash on there, I think you'll flatten it all out. It'll be okay.
Eric knows very well how to make something that looked like a rainbow threw up or an exploded clown factory. As you know, black wash really does save a lot.
Yeah, I think when you're painting, it's important to paint knowing you're going to use the wash. Because if you go in using wash, you'll crank up your colors.
Yeah.
But if
you don't want to mute everything.
Yeah. But if you didn't do it and then you hit it with wash, then...
Very much.
Cam on the top left should be the other angle, having Eric be the focus. Cam... What? Help me out.
He's saying that camera should be over there so that you can be the focus.
Oh.
Or we could switch sides.
Tilt towards purple. That's a good idea, too. Yeah, I guess so. I could put it up here. The idea of having it over there was to show a little bit more of the paint wall, but with how we have it angled, you can't see the wall of paints at all. Yeah. Where's the bottom camera? Has Juliet's focus. Oh. Another camera. So we'd need a new camera.
Or just get rid of the top-down one because we don't use it very well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, the top-down camera is like mounted. I've got a whole ceiling mount up there. Well, I'm happy to buy another camera. Maybe if I can get enough support on my Patreon.
I wasn't going to say it. Removing the top down. Yeah. Yeah, it's just never worked out the way that...
Yeah, well,
with the two of us together, it never works out that well. But when Eric is unboxing, he uses it. So...
Yeah.
Appreciate the feedback. Definitely still working on it.
No, I agree. It's... I love painting with you, but there are definitely some technical... Like, this whole setup is built for one person.
Sure.
McRib was not my first. They're fine, but real barbecue... Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Security. Yeah.
We could move... We have so many devices in this house that if the computer could handle processing all of them... Between phones, iPads, laptops.
And we can set up a phone to stream to the computer.
Well, why haven't we already?
Because I don't know if my computer can take it.
Good.
I have a Mac Mini. It's not the latest, but it's the one right before.
16 feeds.
Yeah. Well, we could do more.
I think using the ones that we have better is... a good idea.
Yeah, and we'll see what the because I am gonna give it a try. I'm not committing to switching to it, but I'm gonna try Streamlabs instead of regular OBS, just because it's not working with the GPU right now. And we'll see how that goes. If that works out better, then maybe we'll. Who knows? Who the heck knows? You should have one cam on each of you and watching your painting, and one that is both of you. Bro. Send me $1 million. I like what you're saying. So I've got two good cameras that we've got set up. We've got this one, which is my main one. And then we've got the exact same kind of camera, different lens, of course, up top, the vertical one. But then that little guy, that's just that's a webcam. Yeah, no, that is fair. But do you really want to see? I don't know. I feel like this is more of a chat program. I will say that I'm able to have it on, like, the painting camera when it's just me. Or if it was just Julie, she'd be able to do it.
It'll never be just Julie.
Well, yeah, I was saying when it's one user.
No, I know.
And then the other option is, like, we do a setup with you in your office, but I like being here.
Yeah, that way I can criticize your painting live.
Ha! Well, you'd be able to see it if it was just me on the other one.
Well, I can see it right here. I'm fine not having my own channel. I don't even know what these things are called. So.
Oh, you wouldn't have to have your own channel.
That's what We Talk D&D was.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no. I'm all right.
Someday.
No. Something, that's what I mean by the perks of being married to the DM, is that I don't care to learn all the rules for D&D. I've never read the player's handbook. I don't build my own characters. I like to play. I fully get into it. There are character voices, as you'll know if you watched Eric's video last week where I sampled one of my character voices. I have a great time playing, but my brain doesn't remember or prioritize or care to remember all the stats and spells and character upgrades and build dynamics, and I don't care. So if we're going to play together, Eric's going to do all the work. I'm going to show up and have fun.
Julie's a social player for sure.
I am a social player.
Which is A-okay.
Someone has to bring some delight to the table.
That would be a good video. Different kinds of players. That would tie into the teaser shy and quiet player video.
That's true. I also think, for all the work that Eric does on making the table a welcoming and fun place, which is his nature, he is not going to understand what it's like to be a woman at a D&D table, especially an Adventurers League table where you're the only woman at the table and there are 900-year-old dudes trying to tell you how much they hate their bitch ex-wife, and you never, ever, ever want to hear that. So it's nice to have two people, especially when we were playing in our house, who we had already cultivated a group of players who liked each other and were good people, but to have someone at the table who could be focused less on the rules and more on making sure everyone was having a good experience, because I wasn't juggling story and all that kind of stuff, but being able to say to Eric, like, hold on, this person wants to say something, which again is Eric's whole thing anyway, but just as a second set of eyes on that, I find that beneficial. No,
I completely agree. I'm staring at stat blocks, staring at dice.
Yeah.
Staring at notes.
Yeah.
And I can't get everything.
Totally.
I do want to add you to the thumbnail. Speaking of thumbnails, we just updated all the thumbnails on the videos. And I actually took down old videos because they're so different in quality.
Sure.
That
I thought there were fewer, but I wasn't sure if mine just wasn't loading because our internet doesn't always work.
No, Alan actually had a really great point of, what if somebody checks out your channel and they see like one of your new videos and they're like, oh, that's cool. And then they look at another one and it's like one of the first videos, which were not great. And I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turning off those original videos that's a good idea.
And I mean, truthfully, most of them had like literally 20 views.
So you weren't losing anything.
No, yeah. And I'm not monetized, so it's not like I'm missing out.
Sure.
I hope to be someday, obviously. This yellow and snake bite are not different enough.
Oh, I see the dimension there.
Well, like this is yellow, and that's the armor.
Yeah, I see it. I mean,
sure,
not different enough, I guess, but I actually like it because I like the similarities there.
Thanks.
The news took off for me, so I'll be riding that for a bit. That's why a lot of YouTubers end up revisiting their old content and essentially redoing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talked about doing that.
And I think some of the videos you can do as shorts. Like,
hi, Tim Fry.
Hey, Tim Fry. Oh, shoot. We're so in the habit of using our current paint handles that we didn't update to the new paint handles.
That's true. Mine was already, I'm painting a mini from a couple weeks ago and it was already stuck to this handle. So I'm sticking with it, but I look forward to the new ones. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's related.
Tim Fry is my father. My dad, the bearded version of me.
Yeah. That's the biggest difference.
But he's a super awesome like woodworker, lathes-man. I don't know if there's a term for a lathe.
Turner.
A turner? Turner and hooch.
Wow.
And so he made these paint handles. And actually, those are some of the videos I took down because I had the giveaway on them.
Sure. Yes, he sent us a new box, which we're really excited about. I like this one, which Eric retrofitted with some hot glue. So it was a little bit easier for my hands to grip because he sent us several and some of them we've been able to give away to friends. So
I love painting handles. I couldn't picture a painting without this.
Completely agree.
Sometimes the really like the big one, the huge or larger.
Yeah, I've never painted one of those.
Those I won't use the handle on because the handle couldn't support it. But anything else, handle for days. Website bestseller. timsturnings.com. All right, let's get some black. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We mean it. So, Tim of Tim's Turnings, I'm going to give away your secret location, is in Michigan.
His lair.
And I have been invaded by a level 4 barbarian with a painting proficiency. That's fun. I don't know what that means.
I imagined it was a child.
Oh, a child. Fairly Odd Parents? I don't know.
Didn't watch it.
It's like a cartoon, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a picture.
Hello.
Wah, wah.
Love it.
Yeah, the kid picked some good colors.
Yes. We've only got about 2 minutes left.
Oh,
so.
2 minutes. All right. Well, yeah, we don't have kids. We don't have kids. We won't have kids. Solo. Duo. Yes. Thank you. It's a cool.
It is a masterpiece. I love it.
Well, all right. So this is as far as I got. He's got some armor now. Focus. This is one that the wash. When we get the wash on there, it's gonna night and day. It's gonna change. And Julie, what'd you do?
I mostly just did touch-ups on what I had done last time. So
yeah, there you go.
The purple is more consistent than it was before. And goodness gracious.
That's fine.
And I painted some bone spikes on the shield, and I added the brown, like the leather straps for all of its gear and armor. So
Looks great.
thank you. It's coming along.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven.
Cool. All right, everybody.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you so much. Of course, Instagram and Twitter at FryMinis. New minis every Tuesday and Thursday. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I bet you all have those since you're here, which is awesome. Thank you. And if you're up for it, patreon.com/FryMinis. Support the channel as little as $1 a month. You get all sorts of cool perks, including private painting, one-on-one group session things.
Just Eric.
Yeah.
You can just paint with Eric.
Me and other patrons.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, everybody. Thank you. I really appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Can't wait.
Bye. And stream. Funny face.